And 2 flashes. Slowy has a flash as well, and they're quite trying to split quickly towards A.
A very difficult 4-on-4 retake to go in from the CT side. Heap still looking to see if he can find anything. X7 to fall initially.
Oh, no.
Freiburg with the second. Heap gets another, and suddenly a 4v4 back to... And they will be expecting him. Door's been closed, and as soon as he opens it, they're waiting for him.
Battered and bruised coming into that retake. Still, HAVU, of course, have the AK in Dodo's hands. Let's take it out. Not before he finds a kill, and Slowy's found one on the Dig as well. Ooh, Zori getting an opportunity, but scaling, trying to get this bomb planted.
So immediately brought down, though, can't even try and fake it out. Harry expecting it, and Forrest right outside the... Harry, if he can find X7, that makes it all easier, but instead he'll find the player inside the double doors. It's a double peek, though. Beautifully done. Slowy. And they will be able to keep an eye on Heap because of it. Heap opening it up, chasing the player forward. X7 almost to fall, and Heap circling around the glass, but he's being played for a fool. Can't come. Maybe take a bit of a peek forward. Freiburg, though, brought down. Slowy overwhelms. He's out of the blue, so I want to see whether or not he can come alive. Heap, though, initially tagged down. Doors being opened, shot just to see if he can bait out some players, and the Deagles will come through. First to four, but Zori to trade. X7, beautiful shot coming in to make sure Heap can't find much. Harry's located an AK, and his mechanics...
Often, at the very least. We've only seen 3 rounds, like you said, so more opportunities can certainly arise. From Harry getting picked out the top of Garage. We've seen that position see a bit more favor recently. And I'm not too sure why, because they're very exposed to that.
Marshmallow, you can come through, find a couple of big kills. It's a bit of nice for gamble stakes. I know you're referring to A-Core when he got on top of there, and he just goes crazy trying to find some kills. But I mean, we can wait for you and just headshots you through a wall. That's what they say, right? Dodos come through the smoke. Freiburg will fall. And that is the initial damage now completed up. Horzerk, they're good for one and the second as well. Close range of the AU wasn't able to spot him out, and his teammates might have thought that he was in position to do that. But Horzerk has bitten off more than he can chew, and Slowy is chewing them alive. 3 quick kills. And left
from Door was just...
maybe even 6 rounds.
And HAVU are a really strong nuke team. You can tell as well just by how they're approaching the map. The spams that they're accomplishing. Lining up. Dodo with the D, you can struck first. And they're positioning a nade out, so they line up for Heap, and there's another player over at ramp. Yeah, Dignitas win off the Digs, the debut game. It's a bit of a slow start. Winning a round like this can really help bring your...
Wants a bit more cover, wants a bit more maneuverability, and that's why he's prioritizing the stairs. Great time on the nade. It'll be catching so much damage, but so right into his head he goes. And as the players come down the vents, they're intercepted. Dodo and X7 finishing them all off. Horzerk now left in a 1 versus 4. And Freiburg, the second he gets destroyed, really getting so much better as time goes on, and Heap's been naded down early. Now, the Deagles aren't needed yet, as Horzerk chimes in with a quick one, but Heap is still trying to keep himself alive. Forrest comes in with yet another, but Horzerk, in the meanwhile, was traded away. So X7 has full freedom to traverse into heaven, move past, get a quick kill for the first player, but the second is his real danger as he moves back, but Zori is there to give him the backup he needs. Forrest brought down by the heavens, and Harry left alone. Deagle at hand, trying to make a move forward. Needs to get the initial kill, but he can't do it. X7 will finish him off.
Likely, the rotations are difficult for Nuke.
Veteran player who can provide the necessary clutch potential and do what is spray spam bullet. Oh no, Freiburg walked into it.
There it
to find
is.
the kill.
Yeah.
Harry as well, fully blind, is seen as he moves back to many to try and recover the AWP, and in his process he will fall.
Yeah, and X7 trying to get some damage accomplished. Does find X7, but there's a secondary player. Switching to nades. In this...
Are trying to force them rotated backwards, but Forrest has come through with the first. X7 will fall. Dodo in the meanwhile, ready, and the trigger discipline is maintained. Peeks out for the second as well. Beautiful headshot right there. Molotov to follow up to make sure if there's someone who's come through trailing, they won't be
exposed on the CT side. Like you'd mentioned, of course, getting yourself established.
Maybe there is some merit as Slowy's waiting inside the smoke and waits for it to dissipate. The CT will not be expecting it. Slowy's walked through. Horzerk at least will find one initially, so it's still a 4 versus 4, but with the terrorist side having gained a crucial part of the map, Freiburg is forced to rotate down. Forrest, right on the cross, finds Slowy, takes him down, and will be reaping forward to see if he can connect, but Saw comes alive, gets a quick one. Forrest with a spray down, though, good for 2. Brings back the AK, has time to reload with the bomb being down, and he knows it. X7.
My days. They've taken the A site at no real cost. Okay, Harry finally showing that they've pushed in towards the hut and they're approaching. They're trying to crunch them out. Saw getting the double. That will be enough. They've cracked the site slowly.
Use the Heavens angle too well. They can cut things off if anyone wants to come in from vents, but for now it's Harry to fall initially down and lower, and now they'll explode forward. So smokes out his backline. Zoda's coming as well. Slowly to find Freiberg. It's back to a 5-on-2. Heap has to step up in this position.
Typically when we'll see players getting aggressive towards red, they'll have somebody from Garage that can act as who are trying to hunt these AW.
Coming through, but the Eagles aren't able to come through with anything. Dodo's actually the first one to break blood. Freiberg will fall. Zori is barrel and is trying to get a bit of a wall bang, but the jumping player will be the distraction they need. Nice try, almost lines them up, but Dodo's the one in the back line still entirely. The question is, are they going to be expecting it, or is Slowy going to be able to come past and maybe find even more? Now he turns.
Zori getting tagged down, the nade to follow as well, so he's down to 2 HP. Like you said, that lower site being taken, and Dodo's caught the rotator in Forest, so a 5-on-3. Sure, there's one player weakened up, but that man advantage has fallen even further out of Dignitas' hands. And Harry, Freiberg, what can they do?
As they've used all of it, and now they go onto the site quickly. A player trying to defend, but
they have the high ground, or the low ground, but they have the high ground positions completely covered off. Slowy from the vents will be the first to get himself out, but they're losing numbers. Dodo the only one to answer back with frags.
I mean, you know, I don't...
It's not in an awkward position late round as they attempt the flank in towards Hell. Dodo does catch them in transition, though. The trade's going to be easy enough. Yeah, tagged down to low HP. Dodo couldn't escape his angle. In all the meantime, they've just been holding on to a bit of control towards lobby. He may find a timing as well. There's a player right underneath him. Oh, he'll catch a glimpse. The spam saw down to 13. So they know that HAVU had gotten some information, and so they're picking up the pace.
X7 waiting for them to come through, but X7, they're not expecting them. They're not expecting him. They're so low as well. X7 broke himself off. That's huge, and there isn't time. He can't get the bomb down in time, can he? It seems like he will have just a bit. That with the MP9, they do have armor though, as Freiberg now ready, heading back up to vents just to make sure no one's rotated back, and in they go. Harry's found one, but X7 and Zori good on the trade for more. They've come through with 3 kills, make it 4, and Holzek's left solo. Fighting away, gets a good frag. Tech9 is fantastic at that, but a jumping M4A1, which then... Okay.
He doesn't want to slow down. It would impede his movement.
Indeed it would, and it seems like he's moving all over these bodies, walking all over them, gets the first kill, re-peeks out for more, and he will almost find the second. Indeed he does. Goes through the edge of the marshmallow, finds himself yet another. So 4v2 all at the back of Dodo.
Yeah, it gets a little bit dicey at the start. He's getting spammed by Glocks. He's not really fighting back, but he adjusts. He collects himself. What could have been a dire circumstance. Obviously, it's just Glocks, so Zor likely to find one before... Actually, never mind. Slowy's going to be the point of contact above the hut, so... Eventually, there'll have to be a swing. Eventually. And Slowy will push the limits. Try and take some advantages away as they've taken outside. This is getting a little bit dangerous. Now the bomb found. Halzerk, the only player that's been able to get his hands on a rifle and actually put up a contest. And putting up a contest is exactly what he'll do. 2 players left, 20 seconds. Certainly make this a lot more interesting. No, okay. Yeah. The nade from X7.
That's a quick little Beatles line he's spotted out, and he's looking to quickly mow them down. X7 and Slowy come in with one with only... So back down to a 4v3, 20 HP on Heat, makes him even less effective, but he's still able to get a quick kill. X7 pushes through the Molotov, inside the fire, he fights and he will fall, but it's a 1-for-1. And Holzek and Heap are very low. Zori unfortunately has an AWP though, and they will be covering this. Heap move forward to be able to position, and in
Does he activate this flank, though? There is a player watching from up high, so he could be exposed, but Dodo does pre-aim it, does find the frag.
Does he know there's players right behind him, though, who are coming in to stab him in the back? That's the question. He's now got some... With money being low after losing all their players. Zori, though, beautiful stuff as he sees the jiggle, will not be baited by it, and then gets the quick shot in. Bomb as well has been dropped, and although Heap Does the same to Slowy. He's taking a lot of damage. Doing it, Zori, all on his own.
And that bomb is such a difficult place to re-recover. It does eventually find its way onto the back of Harry, but he has to do it alone. Heap's been found. Harry trying to make some space towards A, trying to find anything as HAVU have taken strong positions, and they are going to swing